On March 21st at 4 a.m., I set off to run a race called the Speed Project Solo. The concept was simple. Starting at the Santa Monica Pier, racers chose their own route to get to the Las Vegas sign, about 300 miles away. As the motto states, no rules, no spectators. Little did I know the chaos that was going to ensue. Packing time. Getting there, almost done. Sophie, she's like, you're not going anywhere, even. At the airport. I'm the only person at the gate. My flight was delayed 4.5 hours. I found out this morning. I went back home and I decided to come back to the airport because if for some reason this doesn't take as long, I don't want to miss my flight. They're fixing an engine. Great. Just gonna sit here, gonna take a nap. I'm definitely tired. So I'm gonna try to get some rest in the meantime. I'm JFK waiting for my bag so I can go to Newark and catch a 5 o'clock flight now because my flight was delayed again. And I don't think it's gonna go out today, so yeah. I'm tired. Could have slept an extra 4 or 5 hours this morning. And yeah, but at least I'm getting there. And there's my bag. Made it to Newark. Let's go.
We are expecting a full flight today to LA.
Made it to LAX. Finally. It's been a long day. I've been traveling for 14 hours. Team's here. Team's here. Just had to run to escape here for vans. We are here. Ooh, look at these vans. Pickup was seamless. They called her Big Sur, but I named her Veronica. We then went to Cafe Gratitude for the most delicious lunch before heading to TSP HQ for the 4 p.m. race brief. Food shopping. It was a really hectic day, but we got everything done. It's late, but honestly, getting this bodywork done is worth losing an extra 30 minutes of sleep. Michael's working. Samantha's hanging out. Oh! Found it. 2:30 a.m. rollout club. I look like it's 2:30 a.m. I'm gonna roll all the balls. Somebody left their underwear in the hotel. Before I knew it, I was at the pier with the classic start line watch stare. The clock struck 4 and off I went with a big smile in tow. Mile in, everybody already flew out of the gate. I'm running at just under a 10-minute mile pace. Don't want to run any faster. I navigated the quiet streets before the city woke. Been running with Samantha for 10 miles. I don't know what part of LA we're in. Quads are a little feeling funky. I don't know why, but it's okay though. I guess somewhere like outside Pasadena. I have no clue. It's really nice though. I'm at just about a marathon now. Quads are a little jacked up, but changed to compression shorts. And I'm hoping that will help. Just gonna keep on cruising. Walk, run it is. Feel better when I'm running faster. Go figure. Sidewalks over there. Bullshit. I stopped to eat and take care of my legs and feet. We didn't know what was wrong with my legs. They collapsed under me when I went to get up. My crew had to stand me up, but I was fine when upright, so I continued on. The one and only Michael de Blasi just crossed over 51.5 miles. And we just came over this little bridge behind us. And kid you not, it went from like kind of tolerable heat, still hot, to straight up like humid furnace.
Just hanging out in the sauna. It's nice.
Oh, it's rough. It's a thick heat. Like,
it's a nice blanket.
Thick heat. Whoop. Should probably pay attention. There's a nice dirt path as well as paved. Yeah, this is great. One more minute of walking, then I will run, which is more of a jog. About 60 miles in total right now. A little nauseous, hot. We'll be okay. About to be sunset first night, almost 7 o'clock. I am, do some math because I restarted my watch. About 67 miles in. Oh, let's keep talking. My right leg's definitely jacked up. So I was just gonna walk it off because the temperature is starting to drop. I want to be able to run tonight, at least like shuffle along. Just gonna work through it. I'm happy where I'm at mileage wise. I should be able to do, even if it was 8 o'clock, that would be 8 hours to do 20 miles. Was it 8 to 20? I can't do math right now. Just just gotta, you know, take the ups and downs as they come and go with the flow. Be finally cutting through those mountains over there. Gotta get my leg work done. I don't know where my crew is, but that's okay. They're close by. I got more body work on the side of the road. It was helping, but I was in a lot of pain. I have 4 miles before I meet up with them. And we're gonna make me food, and then we're gonna hop off of this, do a little trail finding, and head off on some dirt road. Almost at 80 miles. Super stoked about that. I'll take my time on this, save my legs for later when it's flatter. And by the way, don't you love my outfit? I look like a lunatic right now. A little moonrise, blurry moonrise action. Just had a delicious meal and I'm gonna go have some fun. You know it, it's fun when the inReach comes out. Connected to a forest road. Not so much a forest, but I guess this is like a BLM road. Taking this time to just enjoy time with Samantha on our grand adventure. It's a little after 1 o'clock in the morning to keep those legs fresh as they could be right now. At like 86 miles, 1 mile at a time. The sun's coming up. It's gonna be a new and hot day. Still moving slowly. Wah wah. Going to the desert. Everybody drives like a maniac here. It's quite terrifying. Once I get off like the big main roads, I'll be on a quiet, desolate road for quite some time. That'll be nice. Conserving the quads, walking down the big hills, and jog it out when I hit the flat. This is pretty bonkers. Big ass hill. Changed up my hats. This is amazing. Really love it. I'm gonna get some ice, put it on my head. I'll start jogging soon. It's like more like a shuffle, but getting it done. Passed a sign that said 187 miles to Vegas. At least it's not 300. There's a strong crosswind, headwind. I don't think it's worth it to expend energy to stick to the downhills. If they seem like they're good to go. It's about to become a headwind because the road's turning. After some fun, 25 miles. Super stoked to get home. They see me rolling, heading towards Barstow. Samantha with me. Feeling a lot better than I was before, so happy I was able to get through that because that sucked. Okay. It does. Have a new friend, old friend, new pacer. That's Ashley. Came up through there. That's what I like about adventure racing. Yeah, we were all the way over there before. Oh, I totally just slipped. Made it through a really bad night. Still standing, I've lost a lot of mileage. But I'm at the mercy of my ankle right now, so I can get that in order. See what happens. Almost at the crew. Fastest medialysis is blown out, but that's okay. That'll be fixed pretty easily. The ankle is not as blown out, which is good. I can't see because of the jam, so I'm gonna take care of all that. Contrary to what I said, I enjoyed that sunrise. Good morning from the land next to I-15. My psoas, like the origin and the back, destroyed my legs starting at mile 2. It felt like I was running insane amounts of downhill, but whatever. Sucks. Oh, shit. You know what? When you're not climbing mountains, it's so much harder to bend down when you need to because you're constantly in an upright position. Don't be bold. I am so fucking miserable right now, but we need to enjoy it any way we can. It's 8 o'clock. It's gonna be hot. Not much of a breeze. I think run walk is gonna be the name of the game today. By 8 p.m. today, 12 hours. I'd like to get out about 40 miles. I don't even know where I am yet. take a nap later, do some normal tech, make sure my legs stay good, fresh. I met up with the crew, had some breakfast, a rollout, and Michael helped me over a barbed wire fence to my next section. 11 a.m. on Wednesday, time to go for a little hike. It's hot, I'm gonna conserve my energy, keep my heart rate down, and meet up with the crew in about 8 miles. Feeling okay. Okay. It was gorgeous, even when I ended up on some gnarly terrain. I'm a mountain gal, so I love a good scramble. So squishy. It's boiling. My nose is bleeding again. I think I might take a break just to get out of the heat and take a shorter break tonight instead. Ashley and I reviewed the next segment, and we were in such good conversation that I forgot to film it. Afterwards, I had a big dinner and gave Ashley a big goodbye hug because she had to go home. That's where I'm headed. I took a great nap. A little groggy when I woke up, but otherwise felt amazing. Samantha later joined me, and we traversed along this dried out ground to Baker, where we saw the world's tallest thermometer. I was later treated to this lovely sunrise with Michael, except the journey there was anything but lovely. That sucks. That sucks so much. That's the worst trail ever. That's miserable. Yeah, cheers. You missed out on a really shitty trail, so kudos to you. Thursday, just after 8 a.m. And I think I have about 70 miles to do. It's gonna be a lot of work today. It's gonna be hot. My feet are swollen, but I'm gonna get it done. Even though I didn't feel great, the landscape was beautiful. I was surrounded by Joshua trees and the road was so smooth to run on. These were some of my most favorite miles. And then I ended up on this. Ooh, it's a scorcher out here today. That was the last video I took. That was on day 4, I guess. Sometime during the middle of the day, it was really hot. Each day was getting progressively hotter. The heat wasn't really actually the bad part though. By that point, I had maybe, 70 miles left. Maybe a little bit less actually, probably like 60. My body was so wrecked. It was wrecked from the second mile. My ankles were extremely swollen. My feet had a lot of fluid building up in them. I was getting horrific nerve pains that would just kind of cripple me out of nowhere, mainly in my ankles and into my feet. My quads were still useless. I was at the mercy of my body from start to finish. I think I probably ran that / walked that anywhere from like a 6 to a 10 out of 10 on a pain scale. It's definitely an 8 out of 10 average. I was with Michael. We almost had a group of wild donkeys attack us. That was exciting. I had no idea that there are wild donkeys out there, but apparently there are. Nightfall came again. I wasn't that far from the Nevada border. I could pretty much see it because it's just really straight and there's a lot of lights. The sleep monsters came back. When you're moving really slow, you get sleepy a lot faster than when you're actually really moving and working harder. And that was hard. The other nights were really difficult. That was by far the worst night. About 40 miles out, I was running and I tripped and I fell really hard. Thought I broke my wrist, messed up my left ankle. I remember laying down for about a minute in the darkness, crying, picked myself up and just continued on. And I tripped a few more times, but thankfully didn't fall, but came really close to it. So I was in a lot of pain, frustrated, tired, all the good things. Definitely not easy. A funny story is that at one point, I was with Samantha. We were by the airport in Jean. I've hallucinated plenty. I hallucinated a lot during this race. It's normal. I know when I'm not seeing something, though a lot of the times I try to always convince myself I'm seeing it because I am in denial that I'm hallucinating. It was not a hallucination. Out of the darkness, there is a woman standing in the middle of the road with like a blanket draped over her, and she's giving she just has this like really evil smile on her, and her eyes are like really wide, and she's like terrifying. It definitely made me move a little bit quicker. By the time the sun was rising, I was pretty close to Vegas and finished, I would say, what time is it? Just before 10 a.m. on Friday morning. So it took me about 4 days and 6 hours. It was definitely not my goal. That was hours off my goal. I also did not know that I was going to be fighting my body for every single step out there. I'm proud of that time. I know I can move a lot faster than that, but given the circumstances, I had every single reason in the book to DNF, and I didn't. My crew was a huge part of that. The team made that happen. They kept me upright, they kept me moving. Thank you to them. It was quite apparent that I trashed my body and that I fought through a lot. The blisters were one thing. I actually did get the largest blister I've ever gotten in my whole life, named Mega Blister now, that covered at least a third of my foot. But it did not get too deep, so it was very manageable. It just looked really gnarly. Also had some other blisters, no big deal. You get used to them, you lance them open, you patch them up, your nerves stop working and you're good to go. The main issue was the swelling in my lower leg, right there. I have it on both legs. That ended up being diagnosed as what I thought it was going to be, compartment syndrome. I hope you never become familiar with compartment syndrome because it is excruciatingly painful. It is a dangerous condition. The pressure builds up inside a compartment on your body and it has nowhere to go. In a case of like an acute injury, they usually just slice you right open and let that breathe. Mine was due to a repetitive motion because of the psoas issue, which made me change up my gait because normally I'm a mid to forefoot runner. I started to run more like heel to toe. And that put all of the pressure on the front of my leg, just like the perfect storm. You multiply that by almost 300 miles and you have compartment syndrome. I am still recovering from it, need a lot of patience, but otherwise, like, I'm ready to rock and roll. Can't wait for next year. Hopefully have a healthy race so I can actually like push myself to my true potential and take a different route, go adventuring somewhere else. The Speed Project is more than just a race. It's more than the physical test. It's a crazy, wild adventure in places you will never go to. Flies are everywhere. And it tests you really mentally and emotionally and really shows you what you're capable of doing. It's challenging yourself to keep moving forward, especially on those dark and quiet nights when all you want to do is just lay down and stop and just kind of like say, you know what, I'm done. The community is fantastic. Even though I was racing a solo race, I still felt that aspect of being part of a greater community. Absolutely cherished that experience. I hope that my journey encourages you to get up and do something that is way outside your comfort zone, and that even if things don't always go your way, that you will be able to navigate around whatever challenges and achieve the goal that you set out to do. And that's all for this lengthy recap. Keep an eye out for a short film from Ciele and shot by Brian Nevins. I will post it when it's available. It's going to be shot a lot nicer than my vlog, but I also had other things to focus on than getting picturesque shots. It will be interesting for me to see it because I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in there that I just don't remember. I'm excited for that. Keep a lookout. Follow me on Instagram. A massive thank you to Ciele for making this happen. Your support has just been so appreciated. And these shirts, love them. Rock on.